My firm is a fairly big venture capital firm in Israel. We manage $600 million in more than 100 companies. Most of our money comes from Asia, from Japan, China, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Singapore, and we also like taking our companies to Asia. This is typical to Israeli companies not to have only Israel market, which is very small, but also to go overseas. My firm unique aspect is the fact that we are relying on Asia as a source of capital and as a market for our companies. As for this event, I was invited to come and tell our story. I'm personally attached to this country from my mother's side. She was born here and moved to Israel in the late 50s. I heard a lot about Hungary and the level of the scientists here, and especially in mathematicians. Also on the technology side, the software, computer software industry, advanced here and famous in its excellence. So on one target was to come and tell our story. The other one, I'm very much keen to learn what exists here. And it's not easy to collaborate between two countries and two different cultures and industries, but I'll be very happy if we find such a cooperation mode between the Hungarian and the Israelis. If we know how to find the relative advantage of each other, and I think Hungary is really very strong in certain areas, as I mentioned before. So, for example, Israeli companies in this that are looking for partners in software area can definitely find them in Hungary. I can tell you it happens in other places in Europe, like Romania. One of the companies that presented today is a company that has strong relationship with Romanian company doing the software for them. Why not Hungary? Hungary is excellent level. I know the people here are superb. The level of education is second to none. So why not? So in order to be realistic, it will take time to get to that point that we can evaluate each other's relative advantages and then find the right business model also to work together. It's not easy. It's not easy. But I think it can happen. I see both on the embassy, Israeli embassy side, as well as on the Hungarian government officials that appeared here. I see they are both very much coordinated. I think it was very well prepared. They find, first, I'm impressed to see the number of the audience as well as the type of the people, which I normally like to speak to. You know, it's very important when you have something to say that you really have the audience for this, and I enjoy very much. I met with the people also after talking with, and I see these are the right people from my perspective to develop this communication. Also, I think on the speaker side, there is good variety. I mean, showing the face of Israel here, both on the startup company side, you can see the technology. You see one company on the IT side, another company on the medical side. This is a good represents the advantages in Israel, and I hope the audience got a clear idea about Israel. One more thing I would like to add is the fact that I'm here thanks to the long-term relationship I have with Mr. Laszlo Koryani. We met in Israel a few years ago. He told me a lot about the science and technology in Hungary, and from him I actually learned, first I learned what I know about Hungary now, and he made me interested in this. I mean, in finding some ways to talk with Hungarian. Until now, unfortunately, I didn't have a real opportunity to come here. This is my first time, I must admit, by the invitation of the ambassador, that together with Mr. Koryani, that they thought about this event together, and I'm actually very pleased that I have this opportunity to come. Otherwise, I don't know when would it actually have happened. And together with him, when we spoke in Israel, we really started to think what kind of ways can be Hungary and Israel can find for cooperation. We brought up a few ideas. I'm so happy to hear that now incubation idea that was discussed at the past is getting real, and today they are going to select few candidates for the incubation program. I think it's an excellent program. So when we say how can collaborate Hungary and Israel, I think. And one more thing I should mention is the fact that the Israeli government official from the chief scientist in charge of the incubators is here for this purpose. So she's bringing the know-how of Israeli, how to manage the incubation, how to first to select the candidates for the concession, yeah? And then also how to manage the incubators, because we are quite successful. So if you ask me, this is one of the first steps, actual steps, for creating the relationship between Hungary and Israel, in which we can together learn from each other, you know. And here Israel can be one of the examples that Hungary can use when it's built in its own capability in the incubator area.